Okay, I think I'm alive. I have to turn. Right? Yay! Getting things finalized. I really need to fix the background on this. Dude, sometime, right? Right? Okay, hi. Let me know how the volume is on the music and me, and if anything needs to be adjusted or changed or anything. Yay! Anyways, still figuring out what I want to do 100% with the interface on my stream, so you'll see a lot of changes going on. Right now I just made a little text box today for what I will be working on. I am getting both my Patreon, the people who won the Patreon rewards have gotten a hold of me, and ironically, they're both somewhat Hello Live related. So, yeah. Anyways, doing the chibi today first. What are you doing? Get out of there. Stay off. You on your own window. Sorry, OBS is trying to get in the way of my Photoshop. Like, how dare you? So yeah, I already got this like sketched out this morning and inked it traditionally, and then I scanned it and started slowly getting the digital inks just a bit ago, so I could hopefully give you guys some actual colors today, but we'll see. But yeah, so today is Nakiri Ayame from Hololive is the Chibi reward. She has a lot of detail going on, so yeah. As per usual, I will always make little changes as I ink my original stuff, so. A new tablet stand, so that's fun. Much more stable than my old one, so it's good. With Ayame's look, I think they were going with like the more traditional, like almost like Tengu Oni kind of thing going on. So yeah, it's there's a lot of like little weird details here. Main reason I think Tengu though is because of the way they did the nose. Tengu's noses are usually quite a bit bigger, but you guys aren't really familiar with Tengu. I think what they're called, Tengu, or I guess they're like, I don't think I've ever heard them called anything but Tengu. They're like birdish. They have wings. My first experience with Tengu was actually series Tactics, the Onigui Tengu, which is Tengu who eats Oni, which is a type. Oni is a weird term. It's a type. We translate it as demon, but that's not quite what it is. I've also heard like vengeful spirit and stuff, but it is a type of like yokai more so. I don't know. It's hard to give exact translations for these. But yeah, Tengu are often seen as like they have wings and they wear like masks with big noses on them. In some cases, they are big nose people. They tend to live in mountains. Actually, if you guys have ever had a chance to read my Kapatoyaba series, I have a Tengu in there. He's just a little child, though. In fact, I think he's on the back cover of Volume 1. A lot of the different lore and stuff, too, depends on, like, what area of Japan you're in specifically for how they handle, like, certain creatures like this. So you can't, like, easily pinpoint them. I made these horns pointed on this one. Yeah, so she's got like a mask on, like how you see them wear them a lot like that at matsuris or festivals. But yeah, a lot of her design screams like Oni in general, but even Tengu I see. Beautiful face, right? I actually haven't uploaded a whole lot of art lately because most of the stuff I've been doing is like stuff I can't upload yet. Or with stuff for as written, which unless you're paying for that tier, you don't get to see. Finally kind of going through and catching up on the really high tier. Because I don't have anyone in that tier and I don't expect anyone to be in that tier, but I'm like, if somebody ever joins, they have like nothing that they were promised besides like the basic, but I should probably get to that. That's what I've been doing. Yeah. Looks better, I think. You guys have like weird faces on them, so yeah. I also have some commission. I'm still working on a commission, so that's been eating up some time too. But it's very, very detailed, so it's taking a long time. Wanted to those teeth around a bit. So I'm almost at 100 followers too. Thank you, everyone. I finally spent some time thinking about what I was going to do for when I get to 100. So you guys will be getting some. I'll be doing something. The project. I'll keep it on the down low until that time. Don't get your hopes up. It's nothing that exciting, but. Also thinking in the future, maybe possibly doing like a basic Japanese lesson kind of streams occasionally. Probably not a lot of those though, because that's a lot of work. We'll see though. You guys have something specific you want to see, let me know. I don't know what you guys are watching. Oh my god. Here's her mask. And her hair goes, you can see it's like, yeah. Here's the line of her hair. She's got a second horn now. Today is Tuesday, right, guys? It's that, time of the day when I forget what time of the day it is. Every day just kind of blurs together. All the same. So I honestly have not really watched much of Ayame's stuff. But I did do some research to try to make her, like, at least seem like herself. And I have her character reference sheet pulled up right in front of me, so that's what I'm using to comparing what I drew earlier and making sure I got every little detail right, because I have problems. Oh, I definitely messed this part up her. Not the bells, but the little castle off the end. Actually, not it. I wasn't sure what was going on there. Well, knots. Okay. You'll notice I have some characters that have tassel designs or similar influence. This is like a messy bun kind of thing. Lurk. Hello, Toifu. Hello, RTD. Yeah, because that makes sense. I'm going to the other side of the hair. Oh no, that sucks. Why'd you break Twitch? That seems about right. I mean, I've seen him, you know, take down monsters that scared me. And, I forgot the game we were playing, Dying Light. Don't worry, guys, I'm great at this. Forget's name of game. I don't like that line at all, so I'm gonna erase it all. That's what I do. You guys don't know, art is 90% of art is erasing things because they don't look good. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. Castles. Ah, yes, here come the hands. That one's like a gal pose. I hope I entertain you while you're cleaning your house. Come do mine next. Honestly, I usually like vacuum at least once a week, and I can't do it right now. It sucks. But I can't like lift or move stuff, so. Moving my reference around, so that's what I'm doing, guys. Yeah, I needed that ruffle out of my way so I can do her hand. I can do more of her hair. Back to the hair we go. I'm pretty sure, yeah, I just hit save in the reference window instead. Oop. Saved. Yeah, because I'm trying to save a photo. That I already have saved in my computer. That looks kind of looks like lettuce. I don't know if that looks more or less like lettuce. Anyways, lettuce. I put this one the wrong direction entirely. I don't know, ruffles are hard to draw. They're not my specialty. I mean, at least when it's colored, it will be red. So, I mean, there is red lettuce, so isn't there? It's more like purple, but... Yeah, it's like, you have to do all these layers and stuff, and it's, complicated. I don't know, I have so much trouble with it. Yeah, like I said, not my specialty. I mean, even the characters that, like, well, I guess, like, if you go like this, it looks a little more like lace. Or ruffles. Not quite it. Like, if you have, like, you can see parts of it going into the next thing. That one looks bad there. Yeah, I don't know. I never get it to look right. I don't know if that looks better or worse. Gonna remove it all. Well, the shading helps a lot too. That's where most of it comes down from. You shouldn't be confident. My secret is that I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. I'm trying to figure out where I had this hair going. That's my secret to everything I do. I don't know what I'm doing. I just drew right through that. Notice I actually have characters in those kiosks who have lace, and yet I still, or like have ruffles, and yet I still have issues with it. Alright, I guess we have to do this hand so I can the other side of her hair. I can do the face. We're getting there. More lettuce lace, and I just drew on some of grabbing the arrow. looks a little better. Not a lot better, but I can cut out a bit more. Ugh. Gretchen. Fingers. Still the bane. My existence. I guess I should say hands, not just fingers. So, quite possibly, they are because of fingers. Anna has come to visit me. That's 5 fingers, right? Yeah, that looks like all her fingers are intact. Yes, I'm literally just drawing something where there is nothing. I realized I forgot part of her hair. She's got like all this overlay on it, is why. Layers. Then there's the rest of her. I'm very impressed with the amount of detail that goes into these designs, though. Ice now. I couldn't tell if her ears were like normal or pointed, so I think they're normal, but just in case, I just hid her ears because you don't really see them anyways. She has them, but which once again makes sense if you're following the Tengu lore that I think she's supposed to mimic a lot. Oni you see a lot with pointed ears, but Tengu you actually usually see with normal like round ears. So. Ah, my neck is making all sorts of fun noises today. Now I'm gonna move her mouth slightly. I do not. It is quite center enough. Let's move the note a little bit too. Back's better. Right, eyes. Eyes Rutherford. That name will always make me laugh. Da-da-dum. Got them demon eyes. Now she needs a second eye, because generally people have 2 eyes. It's like 60 again out today. Weather. Like, damn. Not complaining. I'd rather be. Gotta start breaking out my nerd t-shirt. Derp. I'm gonna go walking, but I gotta wait till I have so much. We're almost done with Destiny. Got a new Venom suit. Which is actually put us into stuff that neither of us has seen any part of yet, so that'll be interesting. Honestly, so far it hasn't been as bad as I was expecting. Wouldn't necessarily say it was good, but it's interesting. It actually probably would be considered good if it didn't have such a horrible main character. Focus on everything but Shin. It's great. Interesting. I mostly just watch series for the giant robots, so I like to find characters. Oh. Yeah, I think Double O is next. But it also, or Destiny also has another obnoxious golden. They're slowly becoming my obsession. I really like the Yakshiki, one of my favorite suits. And then in Maxi Boost, I found I could use Harry Ord's Gold Sumo a lot, and I like Harry as a character. I didn't really think too much of his until after I was playing it, and I was like, oh, this dude's kind of fun. So yeah, I'm gonna think like, do I have to like this yet another obnoxious colored suit? Yeah, that looks. Oh, that's okay. I just assumed you guys were doing stuff. I'm just talking to myself. Feel free to talk to me, otherwise I will just keep talking to myself. Yeah, that's on the wrong layer entirely. Sure. I'm gonna hide that layer so I don't draw on it by accident. Okay, well, let's start on her hair. Let's go ahead and get part started detailing. They use like a lot of like these little like balls and stuff. And like yokai garb. I don't know why. Especially Tengu, so there's me back to my Tengu thing. I mean, I don't Tengu based on her other elements. But I think she is definitely, but I see lots of Tengu stuff in there. a name for this shape, and I can't think what it is. Like, you tie it with rope a lot in traditional Japanese type stuff. The one in her hair, I think, is like more ribbon, but the one on her chest is definitely. Look, castle. They made her neck really long in her. Collarbone. Actually, one of my favorite genres of anime and manga is folklore, but you don't really find as much in there as you would think. Like, Natsume Yuujincho, of course, is like a huge one, and that one is amazing. That's one of my favorites. Mushishi, of course, is another really good one that a lot of people know, even in the US. Tactics was one of my big ones that got me into it all, so I will always love that one. That one's kind of hard to recommend to people. The anime was okay, but the manga gets so freaking dark. I remember it was still publishing when I was in college, so I was getting the manga to read when I'd have to go into I was the Japanese like student teacher basically. It was called something called SI, which meant supplemental instructor, but basically I was the student teacher in the class for the teacher, and then went after out of classes I would hold like, study sessions. But during class, if they were like doing testing days and stuff, I would just bring stuff to read, and I always just grab whatever because the teacher didn't care. So I started bringing tactics to read in there a lot, just because the volumes release date tended to coincide with the days of their tests, so I would just bring it in. And one day the sensei was like, "Oh, what are you reading?" And like it just figures the page she looked at was the one where this crow is eating a guy's eyeball out. I was like, where it's not that bad. Yeah, that one gets dark. I like it. The whole concept of like yokai as a whole is in a lot of series, but ones that I would consider outright folklore are not there. There was a new one that just came out. It's like Kimono something or other, or Kedomo. I don't know. I don't remember. It's on my list of things to watch, so I will watch it because I have to. But I was waiting for more of the season to come out because I hate trying to watch things as they come out anymore. It's too hard. I don't really have a lot of time to read manga that much anymore either. It's sad. I'm finding more time to read again though. Oh, it's weird. You'd think I'd like have more time, but I feel like it's just harder to do stuff. I used to always read before I went to bed, and now I don't. I don't know. It's too hard to do that anymore. I lost a lot of my focus for one thing. I do read. I just read in really weird bouts now. I also actually used to read a lot at when I worked at the print shop. We'd have like days that were like completely empty, so I would like bring stuff in to read or just read online. I got through a lot of series like that. Like I remember I read all of Keikaishi like that because I had started reading it and then I let it go and then I ended up picking it back up at when it finished. Read it all like that. Yeah. I also feel kind of bad about doing stuff that isn't work related while Wong is working, even if it's not like a huge issue. It just bothers me personally. It's a personal thing. I also feel like bad about making Wong watch or like listen or anything to stuff that like he's not super interested in. So I tend to, find stuff we can watch together. Or wait until he's like I usually wake up earlier than him on Saturdays, so that's when I usually watch Conan. Yeah, I don't know what to do. It's weird. It's so hard to just like relax. It's part of it is just our culture teaches us from a get-go, like if you're not working, you're not. It basically makes you feel like if you're not working, you're not like worthy of anything, and so it's really a hard mindset to kill even though it's not true. I mean, like logically, most of us know it's not true, but anxiety has just, forced you to accept it, and because society pushes it on you so much, it's hard to like rest and not feel bad. Yeah, back when I lived with my parents, yeah, days I was off, I would literally just like turn on anime and stuff in the background and work all day. I mean, I'm still doing that to an extent here. We just do, watch different things, listen to music or whatever. But I also have had a lot more bad days with anxiety and stuff than I did back then. Part of it is just because half the time I can't do the stuff I used to be able to do. And it's not just simply like a matter of like, obviously not having, you know, an income does not help you do anything, but it's also just like, yeah, it's hard to find energy, and then with my body being how it has been lately, it's hard to actually like feel good enough to do stuff. Like, I was feeling really good about being able to keep Ring Fit up for so long, and then like I've just had to like drop it for the last like 3 weeks because I can't do anything with the chest pain I have. I really do. I'd like to get a new body. I keep telling people like when they get really good at like when they make like prosthetics, like we're talking Full Metal Alchemist type worlds, automail, I will like literally cut my own limbs off for it. I'm ready for it. I mean, full cyber body should be okay too. Knowing my luck though, I'd get hacked, right? I don't know if you guys know, but I've had my I guess like identity stolen twice already, my lifetime. Fortunately, I'm poor, so they didn't get much either time, and I was able to get it back pretty fast, but it was like, yeah, one of the times I was a con, luckily a local con, but I went to go pay for my food and I couldn't pay it, and I was freaking out. And of course, I had to get back for a panel because I was running a panel in like half an hour. So it was just panic, panic, panic. But Wong stepped over and took care of the payment for that time, and it's like, you know, we'll figure it out later. And sure enough, yeah. Identity theft. Woo. Identity theft. Thieves, please go after the people with money and leave me alone. Okay. I'm doing this on another layer on purpose. I'll merge them together. I'm done. I still need to watch the new Ghost in the Shell. That was right. Ghost in the Shell series. I've heard mixed reviews about it, but I actually probably shouldn't have done that yet. Over a little more. Yeah. If I get like tips and bits or whatever, it fills it up. I think subscribers might go in there too. I don't know. Stuff falls in there. I set it up. Don't ask me what it is. Oh, yeah, it's a tip jar. It's actually on all of my streams. I just move it around depending on where I need it. Yeah, exactly. When stuff falls, I get profit. Donks. Sucks, but I think. Yeah, I have it so the bits or whatever are my logo inside of it, so it doesn't look like cash inside there. Cause yeah. When I load it up at the beginning, it always like falls, but I always load it before you guys are on, so I make sure everything's working. Sorry guys, you don't get to see me load it. Not that exciting. Like, so there's a lot of details I'm not drawing it on purpose because I'll just be painting them in their color. So yeah, if their stuff looks like it's missing, it's because there is. And you're all like, there's stuff missing? I didn't even notice. A lot of detail. Oh man. Crazy, crazy thing. See, look, it fell. You threw a dog in. Poor pupper, he's in the cup. Thank you for the falling stuff. I'm gonna actually like have to erase stuff because how I do stuff, I make a mess. Trying to get this all like laid out though with the OB and ribbon in place. Most OBs actually tie in the back. Which I'd like to point out, it's not that hard to tie them despite that. The obi that I primarily do when I put on kimonos myself or yukata is a hira obi. It's basically, it's a type of obi in a special way you tie it, but it's very simple. Like, literally, you can tie it in the front and then shift it to the back, and that's how you're supposed to do it. So, yeah, it's interesting. Of course, there's much more complex tying. I just can't do that. You guys have never had the misfortune of seeing me tie a bow. I remember one of my first times actually tying a real bow in cosplay, because generally what I do is I make like a fake bow and it's just always tied and it looks nicer that way. But the one time I didn't, and I didn't have time to do that, so I just was like, whatever, I'll just, tie it, it will be fine. Well, it was pretty awful, and the instant that Zillare saw it, she was like, no, I'm fixing it, and she retied it. So it kind of became a joke thing. Zillare ties my bows for me. She actually did even retie my Hida Obi once when I tied it really badly. Yeah, no, mostly my friends just shake their heads at my ineptitude to do basic things. I've also known Zillare since like high school, so. Not that that means that if you know somebody from high school, you have to fix their bows. But consider it. Actually, my favorite tying story, this is weird, I have tying stories, guys. No, so my friend Naoki and I did Kotetsu and Barnaby from Tiger and Bunny. And she didn't have a tie, so I lent her like the tie I used for my Saber, or Saber from Fate Zero and the suit. And like the tie is awful, and I can tie it, but it's really hard to tie. It's really thick, and it was just like something I picked up at a thrift shop for really cheap, but it's a pretty awful tie. So like I don't know how to tie it on somebody else. I can tie it on myself, but I can't tie a tie on somebody else. So like I was trying to help her and it was just not going anywhere. And we had gotten up really early because I had Artist Alley there. So we're up early to man my table and we're sitting there trying to tie this tie and it's not working and we're both frustrated and hungry and like, Well, the manager of the hotel came by and was like, oh, what are you guys doing? Or like, oh, we're having some trouble here. And he's like, yeah, I can tell. Let me help you. And so like he tied her tie for her. It's really nice of him, but yeah. So hotel manager tied our hair tie because we were doing too bad at it. Honestly, that hotel was really nice. The con was okay as a whole, but like the people at the hotel were great. Like all the staff. Although I think my favorite hotel staff story would still be this. It wasn't a hotel per se. It was a convention center. It was attached to a hotel, but it was actually in the convention center proper. I was once again selling. I always sell in Artist Alley when I can at cons. So I was selling in Artist Alley at one in Indianapolis at the convention center down there, and this guy, like I guess he would be like a what do they call him? It's not like quite janitor, but it's like the same kind of thing where they like take care of cleaning and stuff, service maintenance or something. Anyways, like he kept coming by to help, like like he was helping set up the trash cans for the morning because obviously I'm always up there before stuff is open because as somebody in Artist Alley, you have to be up before people are. So like I was like setting up and like setting up my books because I usually, if it's like a closed room, I'll just leave stuff in there like set up and just like knock things over and cover it with a blanket basically. So that way if stuff shifts, I know somebody's been in it. But yeah, they have really good security most of the time at cons. But yeah, so that's what I was doing, is setting up my books, and like he kept stopping and kind of like looking over. Well, he came up to me a little later, and like before it's open, and let me know that he was like, what is this book? And he was looking at Archive of Sinner, Lust, which is the first book in that series, and he was like really interested. So I'm trying to tell him a bit about it and stuff, but he has to get back to work. So he was like, okay, well, I'll definitely have to check it out. And like I gave him the information to find it on like Amazon and stuff. I was like, yeah, cool, feel free to check it out when you have a chance or whatever. Well, later in the day, he had to come back and change the trash can, and so he purposely picked to change the one right, like he was have changed out trash cans, and the one right near me didn't really need it, but he came by anyways, and then he bought the book, even though he's not supposed to because he was working, and then like he hid it in an empty trash bag and put it in the bottom of the trash. It was like a really complex thing to do it. I was like, oh my gosh. He's like, I don't want to get in trouble, but I want to buy this. I don't want to wait because I'll forget to. So it was really funny. And then like the next morning, he came back and told me he had started reading it. So like that was cool, and he really liked it. Just the way he did it, throwing it in a trash can. Things like that amuse me greatly. Got like her rope now there. Rope. So these ropes always make me think of, so like you see them a lot tied around like barrels and stuff, especially of like whiskey and stuff. It's like a decorative thing, but you see them a lot like that. And I've even seen like a refrigerator barrel tied with them. So that's what I always think of when I see these ropes, refrigerators. Yeah, no, I mean, I can understand like not wanting your staff to get like too distracted, but at the same time, I'm also like, dude, it was like nobody was up yet. Also, I was happy to make a sale. Especially at the time, Archive of Sinner was still really new, and I was like, are people gonna actually like this? It's one of my more popular novel series now, but it's also, a series versus just a couple books. Because yeah, originally Altair was like my best-selling book because it was a standalone, like as far as novels go. But then like Archive of Sinners actually surpassed it, and then Dragon Pillars has taken over that one too. So I'm like, oh, that's fine. As long as people read my stuff. I just had a sale on Altair too because I'm writing the sequel, Hanif. One of my friends is reading it, and she's like, I don't want to get attached to anyone. I'm afraid who you're gonna kill. I was like, well, the sequel's called Hanif. Get attached to him. Maybe. Or maybe I'm just a mean person who's gonna make you think he's gonna be okay. Nah, if you guys are on Patreon, which, yeah, $10 tier, you get, you've been getting work in progress pieces of it, so. You've been reading them, you know who's actually still around. Cast, even if you've never read Altier. Man, look, more barrels. Barrel ties. I'm also honestly used to at shows them at least giving their staff members like breaks at times to go around and shop. Oh, thank you. I hope you enjoy them. So you were one of the random people who bought something that wasn't Altier when it was on sale. I noticed there was a couple people who picked up stuff that wasn't Altier. I was like, okay. Like, I saw the art book was one, but I had people paying like full price on ebooks, and I was like, guys, what are you doing? Not the books that are on sale, but okay. I appreciate it. Yeah, the art books are actually like I did Inktober's every year. Like Ink October, which I last year was Desert Tracer, so that was the first time it wasn't from a novel. But yeah, so it was my collection of the ones from Dragon Pillars was I think 3 years ago now. I have one from actually from Altier, but I have been like lazy with formatting it. Part of the thing is it's really hard for me to decide which picture to color for the cover. That one especially, oh my god, there's so many I really liked in Altier. I usually let people vote, but like, well, Archive of Sinners one got like somebody voting, like people voting for like one it really easily. Dragon Pillars was another mess where I had like so many people voting for different ones. And then Altier is the same way where like nobody can decide, and I'm like, I can't decide. I can't make my own decisions. We all know this. So I have to figure out which one I want to do, and then I'll put it up. And then same with Desert Tracer. So Desert Tracer is gonna be a little easy, I think, to decide. The thing I hated the most about the Dragon Pillars one was that I couldn't draw some of the characters because they were spoiler. I really wanted to draw the Shadow and Light Dragon and the Pillars for them more, but I couldn't. Because they don't come in until book 3. And I did stuff from book 2 that was... It was just about to release at that time, but I was like, oh, I'm not going to go ahead and be mean and do stuff from book 3 and spoil major stuff. Does this go in front of the store? Yeah, it goes in front of the store. Have fun. I'm not really planning on staying on too much longer anyway. I just want to see if I can finish up the line art of her. I should say finish cleaning it up. I'll spend some time coloring her tonight too, but I want to take a shower and eat dinner still. That was bad. So there's a lip on this new stand I'm not quite used to, and it keeps getting caught on my gloves. Like yeah, I have like these they're warming and therapeutic and help with my hand pain when I draw. I don't know what they're called. But yeah, it keeps getting caught on the lip, and that's why like sometimes my pen strokes will stop really weirdly because I'm getting caught. It's hard to keep going on these long ones anyways. The one I thought it was? No, okay. I'm getting close to it though. Almost done with her. My god, that hair is bad. to the shoe. Another little fluff ball. Wearing kind of a weird style geta too. That's what these sandals are called. Once again, the Gata thing that makes me and go. Kind of sad. She has no. Too thin. She has no squish. No, that's not sad. That's sad. That ZR is important, guys. What do we normally get? Oh, I'm okay either way. Yeah. Probably one of those two that you just... The first two. Yeah, that's fine. I think that one was good. Yeah, that's fine. You want to get some? Sure. Yeah, that one was good. I think they're garlic or marinara. I don't remember which one I like. Which one do you normally get? Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, never mind. Yeah. Welcome back. Making use of our free Domino's pizza for dinner tonight. I'm gonna finish this lines and then I'll be getting off anyways. Oh, it's done. Yeah. So then I gotta color her, but ha, cleaning up all the details. Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, if you don't want to, don't worry about it though. Yeah. Yeah. Or that braided pretzel rope. Yeah, pizza. I'm gonna get everything done fast so we can play more Dying Light tonight. And not stay up too late playing it this time. And then there's the other sword. That it? Our lines are done. Now I just gotta actually, you know, color her. I didn't mean to type the number 4 there. Don't worry about it. Random number 4. Alright. But yeah. Whee! I really need to change that. Alright. I will probably be on again later tonight, playing Dying Light. RTD, if you're free, join us. And then this Saturday is a collab with Moosey and Kitten for Jackbot Games. That's at 4 p.m. CST. But I assume almost every night I'll probably be on playing some game, except for Thursday, because that is my game night. Unless we go really late. All right. I'm going to go eat when it gets here. See you guys later.